Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is our today's question on LeetCode, and this question is basically the daily challenge for the 14th July, and the question is nothing but longest arithmetic subsequence of given difference. So we will first read out the question and we will try to figure out how we can solve this question. So basically, given an integer array ARR and an integer difference, so these two things are given to us. What we have to do, we have to return the length of longest subsequence in ARR, which is an arithmetic sequence, such that the difference between adjacent element in the sequence subsequence equals difference. So basically, in short, they have given us an array and this integer difference, and what we have to do, we have to return the length of longest subsequence, which is an arithmetic sequence with common difference of difference. So this is going to be our common difference, and we have to return the length of longest subsequence having the common difference. Okay, so they have cleared the meaning of subsequence. So subsequence is a subsequence is a sequence that can be derived from an ARR. Okay, from ARR, so we can derive it from ARR by deleting some or no elements without changing the order of remaining elements. So basically they mean that we have to the sequence, and the subsequence doesn't mean only continuous subsequence, it means any kind of subsequence. So let us see what they are trying to say. If this is an array, so 1 2 3 is our, this can be our subsequence, and the sequence 1 3 4 can also be our subsequence. So you can see that this is nothing but contiguous subsequence. So 1 2 3 is nothing but our contiguous subsequence, and 1 3 4, it is non-contiguous subsequence. So they are happy with both of them. So basically we can consider both of them. But when we talk about 3 1 and 2, so if the sequence is 3 1 and 2, so you can see that the order is changed. One is first we have to write 1, then 2, then 3. So you can see that the order has been changed. So that's why this cannot be the subsequence of this array. Okay, so this is the meaning of subsequence. So let us see how we can solve this question. So for the first input, they have given the difference as 1. So basically the difference is nothing but 1. So let us say difference is 1. Okay, so what we can do, you can see that this array is itself an arithmetic sequence. Okay, and the difference is coincidentally 1. So our answer will be 4. Okay, so for this case answer will be 4. But how we can see, how we can solve this question? So to solve this question, we will have some of the methods with us. Like what we can do, we can so let us dive into that. Let us say we are on the last index. And this index is nothing but 4. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to find if there is any element after this index. Okay, after this index, which is 4 plus d. Okay, so 4 plus that common difference d. So in this case the common difference is nothing but d, and d is nothing but 1. Okay, so d is equal to 1. So I will write here d is equal to 1. So you can see that the common difference d will be 1 here. So what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to find whether there is any element 4 plus d after this index. So you can see that the index is nothing but 3. So after this index 3, we are supposed to find whether there is 4 plus d or not. So 4 plus d is nothing but 5. And you can see that since this is the last number, you cannot find any number after this index. So what we can say, there is no such number 5 after this index. So for what can be our arithmetic progression for this case? So our arithmetic progression can be just 4. So you can see that the 4, this can also be our arithmetic sequence, because a single number, as we know that a single number is always in AP. So like 1 is always in AP, a single number 3 is always in AP. So likewise the number 4 is an AP. So this can be our sequence. Okay, so this can be our arithmetic sequence, and the length corresponding to this subsequence will be 1. So I will write here 1. So what I will do, I will write here 1. So for this index, if we consider this element for this index, the arithmetic progression will be of length 1. So let us move further. When we are on this index, so when we are on the index 2, so let us say we are on index 2. So what we are supposed to do, so this is our index I is equal to uh, 2. So basically what we will do, we will just do the same thing. We will find whether there is any element which is nothing but 3 plus d. So 3 plus d we will find. So you can see that d is 1 in this case. Okay, so d is nothing but 1, so 3 plus d will be nothing but 4. So you can see that yeah, there is 4 and it is on this position. So what we are doing, basically we will take 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. So you can see that this 3 and 4, this sequence is an arithmetic sequence, with difference 1. So this can be our answer. So what we will do, we will just we will just push this 3 in the arithmetic progression which was starting from 4. Okay, so basically for the arithmetic progression which was starting from 4, the length was 1, and what we will do, we will just push this 3 in that arithmetic progression which is starting from 4. So basically the length will be nothing but it will be increased by 1. So for this case the length will be 2. Okay, so I will write here 2. So for this case what I will do, I will just write 2 for the second index. So when it is 3, so for this 3, what will be the length? The length will be 2. Again we will move further, we will move for the next index. Okay, so basically we are iterating in reverse manner from the last index to the first index. So what we will do, we will check whether there is any number like 2 plus d in this array after this index. So after this index we will check. So what we will do, what we can do, we will check 2 plus d. D is 1 here. Okay, so 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3. So we will check for 3. So what we will do, we will check for 3, and you can see that yeah, there is 3. And what does it mean? We will push this element 2. What we will do, we will just push this element 2 in the arithmetic sequence which is started from 3. So you know that the sequence was 3 and 4, and we will just push 2 here. So now the sequence has been started from 2. So you can see that we can our length will be 3 in this case. So likewise what we will do, we will write 3 in this case. So what we will do, I will first erase all these things, and for this index our length will be nothing but 3. Okay, and again we will iterate in reverse way, and we will reach our 0th index. And what we will do, we will just check whether there is an element which is nothing but 1 plus d. So d here is again 1, so 1 plus 1, it is again 2. So we will check whether there is 2 or not. So yeah, you can see that 2 is there. And what we will do, if 2 is there, so what does it mean? 1 can be pushed in the arithmetic sequence which has been started from 2. So the arithmetic progression which was started from 2 was 2, 3, 4. So what we will do, we can push 1 in this arithmetic sequence. So the length will be again increased by 1. So the length will be 4. So length corresponding to this index will be 4. So I will write 4 here. So basically what we will do, in each iteration we will calculate the length if that element of particular index can be stored in any arithmetic progression, and we will maximize the length. So basically you can see that for this input our length will be 4, our maximum length will be 4. So you can see that the maximum length can be 4. So if we just took 4 in our arithmetic progression, the length will be 1. And we will check again what we will do, what we have done, we have checked for 3. So if we can put 3 in any kind of arithmetic progression, so you can see that yeah, we can push it in the arithmetic progression which was started from 4. So the length will be 2. we will check again for 2 whether there is an arithmetic sequence which has been started from 2 plus d, that is 3. So you can see that yeah, there is an sequence which is having length 2. So the length 2 will be added in that sequence and the length will be 3. And again this is for 4. You can see for 1 you can see that we can add this in our sequence which is started from 2. Yeah, so our length will be again increased by 1. So 3 plus 1, our answer is 4. So you can see that in this way this first example has been solved. So answer is going to be 4. So let us see for the second and third example also. So this is our second example, and as you can see that the difference is going to be 1. So difference is going to be 1. So I will write here 1. So difference is 1. So again what we will do, we will just do the same. We will iterate in the reverse way. What we will do, we will go on the last number, and as you know there is no such number which is after this last index. So what we will do, we will just we can just take the last number as a progression or as a sequence, and the length will be nothing but 1. So for last number we will just write the length as 1. Okay, so again we will move to the next index. So next index is nothing but 2, and for this index you can see that we are having the element 5. So what we will do, we will just find out whether there exists any number which is nothing but 5 plus that difference. So let us say difference is nothing but here difference is nothing but 1. So okay, difference is nothing but 1. So 1 plus so 5 plus that difference. So 5 plus that difference is 1. So we will check whether there is 6 after this index or not. So after this index there is there any 6? So you can see that yeah, there is no such number which is equal to 6. So can we push this 5 in any kind of arithmetic sequence? So the answer is going to be no. We cannot push this 5 in any kind of arithmetic subsequence. So this 5 can itself be a arithmetic sequence. So the length corresponding to this index will be again 1. So again what we will do, we will just iterate reversively. We will go on the next index. So the next index will be index 1. So it is 3. So again what we will do, we will check for 3 plus d. So 3 plus 1, it is 4, and you can see that there does not exist any number 4 after this index. So what we will do, we will just do the same as we have done in 5. So we will write here 1. Okay, so because this 3 can be a part of a sequence, so cannot be a part of sequence which has been started from this 4. So this 3 can itself be a sequence which is a arithmetic sequence. So we will write 1 here, the length of that sequence, and again we will move for the next index, that is 0th index. So again what we will do, we will just check for this index whether there is any number 1 plus d. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So we can see that there is no 2 in whole array, in the array after this index. So what we will do, we will again write 1 in this case. Okay, so the answer corresponding to this index will be again 1. So you can see that we have iterated recursively and we have not find any subsequence which can be a part of any other arithmetic sequence, and the sequence will be nothing but 1. So in this case you can see that the answer will be 1. So yeah, answer will be 1. You can see that the answer is nothing but 1. So again let us see for the last case, and this is our last input, and you can see that the difference is nothing but 2. So what we will do, we will just again iterate recursively from the last index. So for the last index, it is known that the length of that sequence, the length of the arithmetic sequence will be 1, and our common difference is nothing but -2. So I will write here -2. So again moving to the next index. So when we are on this index which is having element 2, so what we will do, we will just check whether there is any number which is nothing but 2 plus d. So here d is nothing but -2. So 2 plus -2. So what does it mean? It means 0. So we will check whether there is any number 0 after this element or not. So you can see that there is no such element 0 after this index. So what we will do, we will just write 1 in this case. So what we will do, we will just write 1 in this case. Okay, again moving in reverse manner, we will be on the index which is having this element 4. So we will check whether there is any element 4 plus d. So 4 plus minus 2, so it is nothing but 2. So yeah, you can see that we have 2 with us. So we can push this element 4 in an arithmetic sequence which is starting from 2. So what will be the sequence? So it will be 4 plus 2. So 4 and 2, 4 and 2. So this can be our sequence. So the length will be nothing but the length of the arithmetic sequence which was started from 2 plus 1. So length will be nothing but 1 plus 1, that is 2. So I will write here 2. Okay, so I will write here 2. Again moving in reverse manner, we will reach the element which index which is having this element 3. We will check for 3 plus d. So 3 plus minus 2, so it is nothing but 1. So we will check whether there is any 1 or not. So yeah, after this index we can have this element 1 here. So what we will do, we can push this 3 in the arithmetic progression which has been started from 1. So you can see that the arithmetic progression which was started from 1 was 1 itself. So we can push 3 in this arithmetic sequence. So the length of this sequence will be nothing but the length of the subsequence which was an arithmetic sequence which was started from 1. So the length will be the length was nothing but 1 plus again 1 element we have added. So 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So for 3 our answer will be 2. So we will store 2 for this index. And again what we will do, again we will move in reverse manner and we will reach one index back. So this will be our index. So for this index we will check whether there is any number 5 plus d. So 5 plus minus 2, so you can see that it is nothing but 3. So yeah, we have an arithmetic sequence which was started from 3. So you can see that the sequence was nothing but 3 comma 1. So what we can do, we can add 5 here. So the sequence will be nothing but it will be increased by 1. So the answer corresponding to this part will be nothing but 3. So I will write here 3. So for 5 what I will do, I will write here 3. Again what we will do, we will iterate in reverse manner, we will reach 8. So what we will do is, so for 8 we will again check whether there is any element 8 plus d. So 8 plus minus 2, so we will check whether there is any element which is nothing but 6 after this index. So you can see that there is no such element, so the sequence will be itself 1. So arithmetic sequence will be having length 1. So I will store here 1. Okay, and again moving forward, so up to this you can see that the maximum length we have detected is 3. So this is our maximum length up to this iteration, but we have still some elements left with us. So we will iterate for till the 0th element. Okay, 0th index. So again we are on 7, and for 7 what we can see, we will check whether there is 7 plus d or not. So 7 plus minus 2, so we will check whether there is any element 7 plus minus 2 or not, so which is nothing but 5. So you can see that we can have 5 as in our array which is after this index. So our arithmetic progression which was started from 5 was nothing but, I will write here, it was 5, 3 and 1. So 5, 3 and 1. So what we can do, we can add 7 here. So I will add 7 here. So you can see that the arithmetic sequence is nothing but of length 4. So I will write here 4 in this case. So up to this you can see that the maximum of all this length is nothing but 4. Again we have some more elements with us, so we will iterate for them also. So again we are on 5. What we will do, we will check for 5 plus d. So 5 plus minus 2, so we will check for this, and the length is and the number we got is nothing but 3. So we will check whether we have any mm, permute any subsequence or any arithmetic sequence which was started from 3. So you can say that yeah, there was a subsequence which was started from 3, and that sequence was nothing but, I will write here, 3 comma 1. So we found this arithmetic sequence 3 comma 1, and what we can do, we can just add 5 here. So we can just add 5 here, and the length will be nothing but 3. So the length will be nothing but 3. So again we will move in the reverse manner, and we will on the 0th index. So for this, what we will do, we will just check whether there is any index like 1 plus d, so 1 plus minus 2. So we will check whether there is any such element or not. So it is minus 1. You can see that there is no such element after this index. So you can see that, you can say that 1 can be the arithmetic sequence of length 1. So after iterating from all the parts, all the indexes, you can see that the length which is maximum is nothing but 4. So our answer will be 4. So let us check whether the answer is 4 or not. So yeah, our answer is nothing but 4. So this was the explanation how we can solve this question. So basically what we will do, we will just iterate in reverse manner, and we will store the positions of indexes. Okay, and what we will do, we will also store the length of the arithmetic progression which has been started from that index. Okay, so let us dive into the code. So for this, what we will do, we will have some of variables with us, like int max length. Okay, int max length, it is going to be the maximum length, and what we will do, we will just initialize it with 1. So as you can see that the length can be 1, so minimum length can be 1. So for each element we can have that element in that in any arithmetic sequence. So we can have any element in our arithmetic progression, so the length will be nothing but 1. So what we will do, we will just this 1 can be the minimum length, so that's why I have initialized maxi length with 1. So what we will this will do, this will return the maximum length of arithmetic subsequence. Okay, so this will do this kind of work. And what else we will have, we will have an unordered map which will store the position. Okay, which will store the position of the elements. So this will store the positions of elements. Okay, and we will have a vector. Okay, so let us say we will have a variable n, which is nothing but size of array. And again what we can have, we can have a vector dp. So basically this dp will be of size n, and it will be initialized with 1. So what is the use of this vector? So this vector will store the length of arithmetic sequence started from the element of any index. So this will be the work of this vector dp. So as we discussed earlier, what we will do, we will for the last element, the size of that the length of that subsequence which is going to be arithmetic sequence will be 1. So what we will do, for the last element, so for dp of n minus 1, we will have the value as 1. Okay, so again you can see that it is this whole vector has been initialized by 1, because for each index we can have that single index as an arithmetic sequence. So no need of doing this. So instead what we will do, we will store the position of the last element. So mp of arr of n minus 1 will be nothing but n minus 1. So again what we will do, we will iterate in reverse manner. Okay, and so from I is equal to n minus 2. Okay, I don't know how it was there. I is equal to n minus 2, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. So what we will do, we will check whether there is an element which is nothing but ARR plus ARR of I plus that difference. So we will check whether there exists any element which is nothing but ARR of I plus difference. So basically we will check whether there is any element, any such element or not. So for this let us take a variable intc which is nothing but ARR of I plus difference. Okay, what we will do, we will just check whether there is any uh, element C or not. So what we will do, so we will take this condition. So if MP of C, so if this will uh, check whether this element ARR I plus difference exists or not. So if if it is existing, so what we will do, we will just increase the size of the subsequence arithmetic subsequence by the size of, what we will do, we will, I will write here first. So if found, we will add the element at index I in the arithmetic sequence started from ARR of I plus difference. So basically this ith index will be added into the arithmetic sequence which was started from ARR I plus difference. So basically the length of the arithmetic sequence will be increased by, so I will write here, the length of arithmetic sequence will be increased by the length of arithmetic sequence which was started from ARR of I plus difference. So basically what we will do, we will just increase the value of dp of I with dp of we will find the position. So the position of that element ARR I plus difference is nothing but MP of ARR of I plus difference, so which is nothing but MP of C. So we will find the dp of MP of C, which is nothing but, we will find the length of that arithmetic sequence which has been started from this position, so it is of MP of C. So I will write here, we can assign a variable here also, int pos is nothing but MP of C, and I will, what I will do, dp of I plus is equal to, it will be increased by deep amount, this much amount. So you can see that what we have done, we have just pushed this element in the arithmetic sequence which was started from ARR I plus difference, this element, and what we can say that we can have an arithmetic sequence which has been started from the index I, and the length will be nothing but dp plus I, dp of I, and the length will be nothing but, it will be increased from dp of pos. Okay, so I have increased the length by this much amount. Okay, and if we after that what we will do, we will just store the position of this element, or we can update it also. So what we will do, MP of AR of I is nothing but I. So also what we have to do, we have to maximize the length. So max length will be nothing but we will maximize it, so max length plus comma dp of I. So what we have done here, we have maximized the length. Okay, so basically, and here we have stored, or we have updated the, what we have updated, we have updated the position of ARR of I. So we are done with iteration, and after that what we will do, we will just return the maximum length. So let us see whether the code works or not. So yeah, you can see that all the test cases are passing, and let us see for main cases. So yeah, all the main cases are passing, and this was the solution for this question, and I hope you have understood the solution. So let us understand again what we have done. So we have just iterated in reverse way, and we have stored the position, and we have first checked whether there exists any element which is nothing but 1 plus d, or that element plus d. So for this last element it is nothing but 1 plus d, so d in this case was -2. So we have checked it for each element, and if there is any element which is satisfying this condition, so what we can say, we can store that element in the arithmetic progression which has been started from this from 1 plus d element. Okay, so we will push in that arithmetic progression and the length will be increased. So the same thing we have done here. So you can see that we have checked whether there exists such number which is nothing but ARRI plus difference, and if we found such number, what we will do, we will take a pause as the position of this number, and what we will do, we will just increase the value of length of that arithmetic sequence which will be started from which is started from the element of index I. So dp of I means nothing but it will store the length of arithmetic sequence started from the element of any index. So for ith index, dp of I will store the length of arithmetic sequence which has been started from this element, so element I. So dp of I, which was initially 1, will be increased by the dp of pause. So we have increased the length for the ith index, and again what we have done, we have maximized the length, and after that, and again we have stored or updated the position of ARRI, and after that we have returned the length. So in this way this question has been solved, and I hope you have you have understood the solution. And this was a bit tricky question. So if you have any kind of doubt, or if you want to share any idea regarding this question, you can write in comment section also. You can see the solution which will be available in description, and if you want to see some more videos like this, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you.